Hello and welcome to the meditation live stream. This is Scott. Here on my channel we're practicing meditation, but with the four dimensions of our being: our body, our emotion, our mind, our relationships. And we're using these skills in order to make better choices, see the world more clearly, and connect more deeply in a more like concrete way to who we truly are and the divine subsequently. And so I'd like to give a brief talk, and then we'll get into a guided practice. Today we will go for about a half an hour. And I'd like to talk a little bit today about, things I've been going through. I recently have been sort of navigating a health issue that I can't really fully understand intellectually. I've kind of given up a couple of my vices in recent months, essentially since the beginning of the end of 2025. And I've noticed that, as I've said here a couple times, 2026 has been moving rather quickly. And I encountered, not last night, but the night prior, a kind of life review experience, feeling of kind of like all these memories that had come up of my life so far. Some of the things that have happened felt like they happened to a different man, and then some felt like they, of course, were definitely very kind of impactful and vivid. But it was not just one or two, but it was like a few hours of maybe two and a half hours of kind of like this review experience and just kind of things coming up. And it occurred to me that perhaps this is for a reason, that Spirit has something in mind for me. And that, I only talk about this because there are probably people out there like me who would benefit from someone saying something about it. Because there's not really a lot of people out there saying anything about their experiences like this. Because it can be uncomfortable, And anyway, so the point I'm trying to say about it is that it occurred to me that it must be for a divine reason, that Spirit, God, is asking something of me to look back on. And when you have a life review, it's kind of like, in order to really have the future, we need to have our past clearly. We need to kind of, and I think we kind of move in phases in life. And some of us maybe get into these phases of life nowadays a little younger than older. I would imagine that most people toward the end of their life have experiences that I'm talking about. But I think the review can happen to anyone. And if this resonates with you, you'll see what I mean. Like, it's kind of like to see the future and to respect our past days. We need to see things as they were, or as they are, and as they will be. It's sort of like a flow to it. And to not become disheartened about the past, but to see things in new eyes, from a new perspective. With like I said, some of the experiences I had seemed like they happened to a completely different man. And that couldn't be further from the truth, or more true, I mean. You know what I mean? It was very accurate. So, as I navigate my healing practice, in the past few months now, about almost a month and a half, of real true healing, a lot, I think, is being asked of me, as it may be being asked of you. So let's begin now with practice. With your feet crossed at the ankles, taking your hands up, we'll begin with an energy body hygiene cleanse brought to us by Donna Eden, bringing your attention inward, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. can feel the energy building up into your hands. Very good. We'll do 3 more. Great. Coming out of that, and then flicking away from your body, you can feel the discharge happening from your hands, sort of like static leaving your fingers. Great. And then bringing your attention now into a prayer. And if you like, you can repeat after me, either out loud or quietly to yourself, with your hands in prayer position. I release all energies, thoughts, emotions, intentions, and frequencies that are not mine back to Source. I release that which is not for the best possible outcome to myself, my environment, and those around me, and my personal effects, any energies, thoughts, emotions, intentions, and frequencies back to Source. Very good. And now we'll begin with practice with your eyes closed, gently placing your attention now on your physical body. Becoming aware of your body and your body's sensations. You can feel your body's temperature, tingling and pulsing, subtle movement, sense of aliveness and presence. And you can feel your body's contact with the earth underneath you, your connection to the planet. We can begin the practice of feeling and softening on the in-breath, feeling your body. And then on the out-breath, softening and melting down through your body into the earth. And the softening and the melting can be like this light or this healing honey. As it travels down through your body, it collects all the impurities, brings them down into the earth, where the earth receives that energy and recycles and transforms it. Each cycle of breath, you get a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, and a little bit more whole. bring your attention up into your heart space. You can imagine as though you're breathing directly in and out of your heart. On the in-breath, feeling your heart. Then on the out-breath, softening and expanding your heart. Whenever we move into our heart space, there's always a sense of tenderness and warmth there. And that feeling is always amplified when two or more people gather and they both go into their heart spaces. It's a place where heaven and earth meet in our hearts. And coming in contact with your emotions, you can notice what's present emotionally right now. And without trying to change your emotions or fix or move them away or push them down or anything like this, cling on to them. Just allowing yourself to feel a little bit in the shared space. You could be feeling any of the 5 main cardinal emotions, like anger, sadness, fear, joy, or shame. You could also be feeling numb, which is another valid emotional experience. We'll just stay a little bit more in our heart center, just feeling into your heart on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, softening and expanding your heart. Very good. And bring your attention up now into your head, feeling your head on the in-breath. And on the out-breath, softening in and around your skull. If you like, you can breathe into your third eye space between your eyebrows or your crown, the top of your head, whichever feels correct for you. And just feeling and softening in and around your head. contact with your thoughts, you can notice how busy or active your mind is. Sometimes in meditation, our minds are very active and busy, and sometimes the mind is calm and peaceful. But either way, we learn to practice and remain uninvolved with thinking, allowing our thoughts to come and go like clouds in the sky. And a good rule of thumb is to recognize and notice that, oh, if I'm thinking here, I can return. I practice returning back to my body, feeling my spine, my body's contact with the earth underneath me for grounding and anchoring. Very good. And from here we can gently open our eyes, gently opening your eyes. And we'll take a moment together and appreciate the work we did with our eyes closed. Great. And we'll practice now in the relational space, the space of outside and inside. Every relationship, every relation has an outside part and then an inside part, and it's useful to practice recognizing those different dimensions. So the way to do that is on the in-breath, you practice feeling outside you, the space around you, on the in-breath, and then on the out-breath, feeling inside you. And then you just practice noticing the distinction, feeling outside on the in-breath, and then back inside on the out-breath. Great. And then from here, if you like, you can add in qualities to your practice. Qualities are like these feeling states of love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness. You just practice sending and then receiving the qualities. So on the in-breath, you practice sending one or more of the qualities. It's up to you. You can practice sending love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness around you on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, practice feeling love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness toward yourself. Just practice offering and then receiving the qualities. Beautiful. And then from here we can set our prayers and our intentions for the day. I'll be quiet. You can do your prayers, your intentions first. May this work that we do, this practice, for best possible outcomes, impact our healing and our spiritual development and ripple out into the community, transforming our culture and our systems. Amen. Wonderful. Thank you for joining me. Have an awesome day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.